I think I see better when I got my Glock beside me. I'm rolling up some pressure just to hide the pain inside me. I'm sliding in the SRT, but it feel like a Rari. And she calling my phone, I'm blowing up, she say I'm sorry. I think I see better when I got my Glock beside me. I'm rolling up some pressure just to hide the pain inside me.
What's up? So I wanted to thank every single one of y'all for getting me to 10K. It's been a long road. I had started this shit probably years ago, just bullshitting, making videos about my cars before YouTube paid anybody and all that shit, and never thought that I'd be at 10K subscribers within a couple years. But yeah, man, I gotta thank y'all for everything, man, because y'all helped me get to this point and motivated me to keep doing this shit for people and keep helping people out. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. 10K is a lot, so I'm gonna really start amping it up, start getting a lot more videos out. Obviously got the truck now that I'm gonna be building, so yeah, man, we got a lot in the future. Just wanted to personally thank y'all for getting me to that milestone that I've been trying to reach for the last year. Let's go on and get to the video. All right, so we in here about 2 days later from the last video, and we got the 2500 back in. Whenever I first started on this truck, he had blew a wheel bearing, and it pretty much tore up every fucking thing in there, so I had to rebuild this side. He needed some new uppers. He had got new tie rods. I put a new sway bar, links and shit for him. And whenever it fucked up the wheel bearing, it ended up like hollowing out the spindle a little bit. So the best option that I told him to do was to get a new lift kit, especially with that one being kind of damaged a little bit. It could be more so the reason why the bearings and shit keep going bad. I'm gonna be throwing on the 7 and 9 Mcgaughys, so this will be pretty much the first one that I do on a 2500. I've done these on 1500s and Tahoes and shit like that, but this will be the first time on a 25. It's no different. It looks damn near the exact same as a 1500 kit. All right, so got to wrenching on this thing already. Found a couple issues that I'm gonna tell them about. As far as the axle goes, it's pretty done, so might have to have him replace that as well. As far as the sound that I heard, it might be this bottom ball joint on this side, more than likely, because everything is destroyed in that bitch there. So surprised that it didn't break, but it held on there for the time being. But as far as this side, everything else came off pretty solid. Just got to take the torsion bars out because the key is stuck on that side, so I'm gonna have to pretty much yank this bitch and hit it with a hammer and try to knock the key out of place. I got a torch if I need it, but you see the rust and dirt and shit that accumulated on here, so pretty sure it's even worse on the keys because these are hanging down lower than anything on the suspension, so it's easy to get dirt and fucking water and all type of shit inside of there. So gonna knock both of these sides out, go ahead and put the torsion bars to the side, and then after that I'll go ahead and drop the torsion bar drop brackets, go ahead and get up here to the cross members. I'll go ahead and take the front off first and get that little skid plate shit out the way, so that way I can go ahead and support the diff underneath. They cut off that mount that goes right here in the front, so you won't be able to use this one if you go with a rough country. That's the thing about these rough countries, man. If you going from a rough country to something else, more than likely on any type of torsion bar system, more than likely most of the times you have to cut that top mount off for the new rough country mount. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to get that shit up out of here, and then we'll see it better once I get it out. So I'll show you all that once I get that knocked out. But yeah, man, I had a subscriber hit me up about some Caddy racks whenever I dropped my last video, and hit me up about them. I gave him a price, and then yeah, I found some without even having to go and look for it. So shout out to my subscribers. Man, y'all clutch as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Y'all clutch as fuck, because I was definitely not gonna go and look for these bitches. I was about to give up on them. So they're champagne colored, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint those, because like I said, I gotta paint the roof anyways. So I'm gonna go run down there, grab that. He had a third brake light that I was thinking about, but I don't really think I'm gonna mess with that too much. But yeah, I'm gonna run down there and grab that after this, and then we'll come right back, get back to wrenching, and hopefully we can get some of this front put on and finished up. So let's go ahead and get back to it, and then after this I'll catch y'all up with an update, and then we'll hit the road and go get them Caddy racks. All right, so got the front somewhat situated, got the front cross member out now with the front diff mount. I got the torsion bar bracket out and the torsion bars, but they are fucking C's. So I'm gonna end up having to probably torch these out. I just rolled it back here for now, just until I get to it when I get back. Either way, I'm done for right now. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, go grab these Caddy racks, and then I'm gonna get back, try to go ahead and at least get the diff down, get the rear cross member dropped. That'll be pretty easy. As soon as I get in, I should be able to knock that out real fast within like 30 minutes, because it's only that little bolt that's in there on this side, and then on the other side it's just the two that are holding the bracket up. But that's pretty much it, and then I'll be able to put the diff on the ground at least, and then put the new brackets on, and then pretty much build up from there, and then it'll be simple. All right, so we on the highway, just sliding on the way to go get these racks. Weren't too far away from me, probably like 30 minutes away, so gonna pick these up real quick and then head back. Right now it's 1 o'clock, so should be back probably about 1:30, 1:45, and then I should be able to try to finish up the truck, or at least take all the rest of the shit off, so that way I can start getting everything else situated. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get these, pick these up, and then head back to the shop. So let's hop back on the road and get back to it. All right, so I just scored the caddy racks and everything. Shout out to the subscriber. It's the man that helped me out, get me the racks.
Oh yeah,
came through in the clutch, met him down here, and he gonna help me get the Yukon right. So 02 Sage, go and check him out. I appreciate him a lot. All right, we're finally back from getting the caddy racks, and didn't show y'all kind of everything, but he looked out for me majorly. Got the full SUV caddy racks, and then he actually gave me the caddy pillars too, to go with everything. I got the end caps, they're in there behind that pillar. But yeah, man, shout out to 02 Sage, man. I was just in a rush, had a bunch of shit going on. If it seemed like it was just a little frazzle, but yeah, man, it's always good when a subscriber can help you out. And he wasn't even far away, he was like 30 minutes away, so I got him for a decent deal, looked out for him at least. You know, I know how much they go for, but you know, for somebody to offer them to me and them not sell them to anybody else, I appreciate that. So like I said, man, shout out to you. Go follow him on Instagram and shit. And yeah, man, got the rear cross member put in now, got the diff mount put in, and I got the diff ready to go for when I get back in here tomorrow. Everything is good to go. I just got that side cut because with the rough country you had to cut the little step piece out, but you had to end up cutting a little bit more out on that side for this Mcgaughys. So the diff, like I said, is going to only be mounted on this side, and then that little mount that goes onto the cross member, the other mount won't be used, which is right here. So this is the mount that I was talking about that goes onto the front of the differential. It's supposed to go I'm pretty sure like this, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they ended up cutting off that bracket for the rough country kit, so can't use that. So just gonna throw this in the back, and then that'll be one more piece that I don't have to use. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here for today, and I guess we'll come back tomorrow and try to get this thing up in the air, man. I'm ready to see what it's gonna look like with the wheels and everything on it. All right, so wanted to get y'all a little quick update. So got this ball joint out, it was completely done for. So here's a new one here, and here's this fucked up ass one here. It looked like the plastic and shit, or whatever plastic was in here, was coming out. So glad to go ahead and get this changed. That was probably the noise that he was hearing on this side, because it was really, like I said, only on this side. Everything else I've taken off so far looks good condition, so ain't no issue with that. You see I got the torsion bars off, and yeah, these bitches was seized. I had just cleaned them off, but I ended up throwing these keys away because they're stock keys anyways. I had to torch them the fuck out and hit them pretty hard to get those out. You can see all the aftermath, but this side was probably the worst just because of all the dirt and shit that I got into it. You see it, but ended up getting it out with a torch. I got him some keys that I never used. These are like literally never used. You can see on the inside it's still shiny, just a little rusty just because they had sat for a while. But these are actually 01 to 10 GM HD keys. I believe they're lift keys. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these to him because these were for my Duramax, and I never ended up throwing them in at all. But he's been a good customer. He never complains, never fucking rushes or none of that shit. So I always try to look out for customers every now and then. Just, you know, if I got some shit just sitting around the shop, sometimes I'll just give it to you, especially if I'm working on your truck. If you're paying for a service, I want to make sure that damn you ain't got to keep coming back and having to, you know, replace shit. Or whenever I do get it back in, I want to make it easier for me to replace things or do anything to it. So I'm gonna put some anti-seize inside those keys there, as well as on the torsion bars. All right, so got the floor cleared up a little bit more. Ended up getting the lower control arms in. Straight piece of shit. But anyways, fucking got the cross members in, got the lowers in, and got the skid plate in. Then I got the cross member supports in too. I ain't really tightened up anything at all because with these Mcgaughys kits, it's pretty expected that some of this shit just gonna fit kind of off. But yeah, got both sides situated. With all of that, got the diff up here, got the drive shaft in there, just not tight at all. Everything is loosely in here, so that way I can kind of move around with everything. But pretty much all I got to do now is throw the spindles on, throw the axle and the axle spacers in, shocks and all that stuff up front. And then as far as the back here, there is a fucking part that goes in here, but I don't know how in the fuck you supposed to get to it. Yeah, I got pretty much everything in here that needs to be in here for right now. I also ended up getting the ball joint pressed in, these fucking auto zones. If you get this part number right here, don't get it, because that shit is fucking trash. I had to sit here for probably 30 minutes trying to press that ball joint in, because the ones that are decent, they at least go in and start, and that way you don't have to move around the fucking ball joint press to try to push it in. That one there, that shit, it took fucking me charging the battery on that fucking impact like twice for it to turn and smash in there. But at least you know the bitch ain't coming out, so that's a good thing. And it's new. So the only thing I didn't get today, like I said, was the axles. They didn't have any, so I'm gonna have to go run around and get those. So I cannot continue with anything really up front until I get those. If I put the shocks in, they're gonna be in the way for me putting axle spacers in and all the other shit. So I'm really hoping that I don't have to drill anywhere near these holes, because it's just gonna wallow it the fuck out, and that ain't gonna be good. That ain't gonna be good at all. So we're gonna try to see what we can do with putting these in as well. Tomorrow we finally back, this Saturday, next day, and I got both axles that were needed, so should be good to go as far as that goes. So we're gonna go ahead and try to finish up today, at least the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the axle spacers in with the new axles, tighten up everything in here, because once I start putting everything else in, it's gonna be hard to get to. And I don't really need too much adjustability as long as those are in now. All right, so got the floor pretty much cleaned up, and there's really no parts left over to put back in except the actual compression struts and then the drop brackets and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. But I got the caliper rotor axle put in, so those are the new axles that I put in. These are the extended sway bar links that I ended up getting for them not too long ago. That'll reduce the need for me to have to flip this sway bar, because with stock ones you'd have to flip it upside down, so that way it could be low enough to go there. But with these extended ones, don't gotta do that. So everything else is good to go. Got the spindle in, got the upper tight, lower tight, and everything on this side's, like I said, good to go. But got the other side situated right now, and all I gotta do now is throw in that sway bar link and just let it hang for now. All right, so got down here and got to working. I got the torsion bar drop brackets and the torsion bar bracket put in. So all I gotta do now is tighten everything up, and then throw the torsion bars back in there with the keys, and then I should be able to really finish up the front. Drilling these, you can see how fucking close they are to the other holes, but I can't really do nothing too much about that. Just gonna put some Loctite on these bolts and just snug them real tight, so that way they don't come off and shift any, because the holes are like right next to each other damn near. But yeah, he shouldn't have any more issues out of this suspension after I'm done with this shit here, because everything's been replaced damn near at least once or twice. So yeah, let's get back to it, and I'll pick back up before I roll out of here and show y'all kind of what I got finished before I roll out in about 30 minutes. And then yeah, that'll be pretty much it. All right, so got everything complete. I got the compression struts in, and they're both mounted. That's what I was talking about, just swinging to the back. But got them all good. There's a little plate in there that it attaches to, so no nut and bolt combo, just a little plate with the nuts welded on it. So we should be good to go now. Everything is symmetrical, everything lines up good. I got the keys in, and I got those pretty much all the way down. Like I said, they're lift keys, so not too much that I turned them up. Just at least for now, just so I can see what it looks like before I start adjusting everything. But like I said, everything is torqued in here now. I got these bolts tight. I'm gonna wait, put it on the ground and then torque them. I just got them tight for now, just so that way nothing kind of shifts. Uppers are kind of tight. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get those situated too with the camber, because there's a lot of it on each side. But once I get the wheels on, I'll start aligning the wheels a little bit. It's a lot better to try to align it whenever I got the wheels on it in the air, and then once I kind of get it close in the air, set it down and just straighten up everything from there. But yeah, man, everything is looking good. So all right, there she go. So she's sitting on the ground now. It's got a little camber. I'm gonna get that out here in a few minutes. I ended up having to put it on the ground because with it being up in the air, I couldn't adjust the tie rods because it was such a drastic angle with it drooping. So had to put it on the ground, and then I'll get it straight here soon. But you can tell that the track width reduced on these kits here. So I'm gonna probably end up taking that spacer off the back, so that way he's completely even all the way around, because I know it probably gonna look weird with the back being way wider than the front. If he did want to put them on again and run spacers all the way around, that will probably be best for him, because like I said, now it's definitely even with the back, with the spacer off. That's a good thing about certain lifts. I know the rough country, most of the time it'll extend it out about a 1.5 difference. A lot of the lifts you'll have to kind of check and see what it extends the track width to whenever you order it, because I've seen some max tracks extended out to 2, and then some people have to end up using a 2-inch spacer in the back to match it up with the front. And some rough countries, they'll extend it 2, but most of the time from what I see, it's about a 1.5. So if you go with a spacer in the back to try to match the front, I'd say maybe between a 1 and a 1.5 inch wheel spacer to kind of keep it even whenever I pull the camber out. It's still not going to be even all the way. So I'd rather just go ahead and take that spacer off back there and just do without it. I'd just rather go ahead and take this wheel spacer off and just do without it, so that way everything just lines up even, and it just sits how it needs to be. So there's a lot more space in here now. I turned the keys up just a little bit more, just so that way it'll sit a little bit higher in the front, just a slight bit, and just to make sure that there's definitely no rubbing action going on each side. Now I don't think that there's going to be any issues, because I mean, if you look at it from step back, it don't look like it's gonna be anywhere close. Even whenever you're hitting a bump and shit like that, I think it'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, man, she's sitting nice. I like the way it's sitting, how it is. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the back. Go ahead and get the blocks, shocks, and the bump stop extensions put in the back, and then after that we'll be pulling her out, taking her down the road, and doing the usual spiel. I know this video is probably a lot longer than the other ones, but it took a whole lot more work, a whole couple extra days to kind of get this shit situated and perfected. But we good and we here, baby. No drastic angles. Even the uppers aren't even really too stressed out. The tie rods might need to be addressed maybe later on, but nothing too crazy right now. I just put those in and they're still full of grease and stiff as hell. All right, so went ahead and got the rear lift finished up and everything done. So now I'm about to put it on the ground. I got these spacers off. The legs were backwards on these, and yeah, just went ahead and took these off because, like I said, it's not going to be even with the spacer on. It'll be out a lot more in the back with this spacer. So I took it off, got the bump stop extensions in here with the bump stops put on them, and got the new block in, new shocks both sides, and that's pretty much it for the back. So we got her all done, and everything lines up even as far as the wheel goes on the front and the back. So as soon as it gets aligned, it'll be damn near perfect. But right now I kind of got it somewhat straight. I'm gonna pull it out and pull it back in real quick, just to make sure that these wheels stay straight. But other than that, man, that's it. riding straight, she don't veer as much. Still veers a little bit just because of the road and the camera and shit, but it's all good to go. No sounds, no crazy shit going on. But yeah, it rides pretty fucking rough on these 35s. I hate 35s with a fucking passion. All right, she's all done. Got everything tightened up, and alignment's way better this time. Just had to take it into the shop, move it back and forth, and get the damn wheel straight, and then everything lined up good. So yeah, man, 7.9 Mcgaughys, 2500 HD gas. Same on the diesels most of the times. Ain't nothing really too different except the compression struts that I was telling y'all about. It'll be just a little bit shorter, but yeah, that's it, man. Long ass project, but definitely well needed. He had a lot of issues with the last lift that he had just because of some maintenance shit, but now he got new axles, new sway bar links, new inner outer tie rods, like literally everything except the steering rack and shit like that is replaced. But yeah, man, she looking real good. Now it's time to throw some damn 37s on this bitch, maybe some damn 38s. This bitch here tall as hell. Damn. But yeah, man, that'll be pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna take some pics real fast and then get her on up out of here. So I'm gonna park it up at the shop as soon as I get this shit done here, and that'll be it, man. That will be it for this one. So check y'all out in the next one. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. We got plenty more coming this week, and then hopefully we'll be getting some more shit done to the Yukon here soon. So check y'all out.